Hey you guys, welcome back to my page. I'm Laura with Chocolate's Chocolate Designs. Say hi when you jump on. Hit that heart button for me and let me know that you were watching. And in just a minute, I'm going to give you a keyword to type in so that you have the supply list for all the things that we're using tonight. Just check your messenger for that information. And then I can pull up my friends and say hi to everybody. All right, you guys, last night we had a special request to do the Crackle method. Apparently, there are a few of you who might be having some issues with getting your transfers to work after you've done Crackle. So let's talk about that tonight, and I'll share my tips and my tricks with you. So the keyword is leaves, L-E-A-V-E-S. Type leaves in the comments. And let me get down here and say hello to everybody. How is everyone today? Oh my gosh. Look at all you guys on already. Hello, Kathy. Hi, Jan and Lisa Marie. Hi, Pam. Hi, Valerie. Hi, Wendy. Hello, Maxine and Leanne. Hi, Joni and Dee Dee and Jackie and Sue. Oh my gosh. Hi, Teresa and Kim. Hello, Lisa Marie. Hi, Carol. Hey, hey, hey. All right, you guys. We're going to start out with a little bit of painting tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my paper out here and get my, my surface all ready for this. This particular surface I picked up at the Dollar Tree in the $3 section of the Dollar Tree. It's a wood 11 by 11 plaque. Just right there. Oh my gosh, is everybody typing in the keyword? Hello, Pam. How are you doing? Leaves is the keyword. Hey, Ruth. Thank you, Carol, for sprinkling that out for me. So $3 in the Dollar Tree Plus section. Hey, Ray. Hello, Joanne. And we're going to give this to start with your Crackle, we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint this whatever color that you want the cracks, the fill in the cracks to be on your Crackle project. Okay. Hi, Linda. Hello, everybody, as you're jumping on. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for coming on with me. So I'm going to start by using one of my favorite colors. How was the first full day of school? It was spectacular. We had a great morning, off to a good start. Yeah, and there were no issues. Oh, goodness gracious, this is not my open one. They did fantastic and had so much fun with their friends. It's moss, you guys. I always have a backup of moss because I love moss. We're going to paint this with moss tonight. Now, I already did go ahead. Oh, thank you, Jackie. Yeah, I did fix the football board. It's fixed. I did go ahead and I painted this white first. You can tell that it's already got, that it came just unfinished wood. And I gave it a coat of white just so that that would soak into the wood a little bit and that our green color is going to look a little bit better on here. Now, one thing that I do wish that I had done was sanded this, but that's okay. We'll do that a little bit later, okay? Hello, everybody. All right, so I'm just going to grab my favorite paintbrushes from Waverly here. Or from Walmart. Oh my gosh, y'all, I can't even speak today. Hey, Carol. Yeah, today was quite a day. I dropped the kids off. And then I had to go straight to the DMV to have my new picture taken for my new license. Because my birthday's coming up here very, very soon. And my license is going to expire this year. My appointment, hi everybody. My appointment was at 9:10 this morning. You guys, I was there at 8:55, whatever, 8:45, 8:55, something like that. And I was the second one in line. And I went in there and I got my picture taken and I got my new license and I was out of there before my appointment time. Hey! And I felt so good about that. Lynn, don't give away my secrets. She is correct, you guys. My birthday is on Monday. Oh my gosh. And I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I'm getting up there. All right, I'm trying to do these edges a little bit. Maybe after I do those, I can set this down. And I probably should have gone around and done all of my edges first. But I just love this color, this moss. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that was the first thing that I did when I got home today after running to the DMV and to the post office and to Your birthday's Thursday. Well, happy birthday, Dee Dee. Yeah, and then I had to go to the bank. I had a whole bunch of running that I had to do this morning. I went back to Hobby Lobby, found a couple of new things that they've put out that I could put in those Christmas bundles for you guys. And I've been working on those again today. I want to get those done as quickly as I can. But y'all, I did get hit on at the DMV today. This guy tried to pick me up. And he looked like he was in his 20s too. Told me my skin looked nice. Told me my hair was pretty. Asked me if I had a man. And I'm like, yeah, dude. I got a man. He's a good man. And you're like half my age. They will be for sale as soon as I get them done. So Maxine, the thing is that it's still only August. And the places that I get stuff at are just now putting out their inventory. As a matter of fact, I went through the bins at Hobby Lobby today that have not even put on the shelves, looking for stuff to try to get it as quickly as I can. Once they are finished, then they will be for sale. So Jackie says, what are Christmas bundles? Okay, so Christmas bundles that I put together, I think I'm done. I didn't miss any spots, did I? I don't think I did. Oh, but I do have a run right there. Okay, so the bundles, if you guys are newer to my page and you haven't seen these yet, what I do, I know, right? What I try to do as often as I possibly can is put together a box just full of seasonal embellishments and goodies. I started doing this primarily for those of you who have a hard time getting to the stores to get things. And sometimes I'm able to find things that you just can't seem to find anywhere else. And I'll buy in bulk, and then I will split it up into an amount that is like reasonable, right? Like nobody needs 50 yards of the same color ribbon, you guys, honest to goodness. I could never go through 50 yards of the same color ribbon unless I was making stuff for a vendor market. I just couldn't do it. So I split them up and then put them all together in a box with, and it's a whole bunch of different goodies. And then I sell those all together just like that. Once they're ready, I will show them. You'll be 57 on Saturday. Happy birthday, Carlene. Hi, Ann. How are you doing? So I do show the contents. They're not a surprise. And I will have 24. You guys, it's a lot of work for me to put these together, and I mean that. So much work. Joanne says these bundles have saved me several times. You're so welcome, Joanne. You are so welcome, my friend. And yeah, it's a lot of work for me to get done, but I really feel like it's beneficial for you guys. And I'm going to do some other things too as quickly as I can. Now that the kids are back in school, it's a little bit easier for me to work on things when I'm home. I'm good. How are you? Because before, you guys know, they wake up and they're hungry. And then at lunchtime, they're hungry. And, and Mom, watch this. And Mom, can I this? And Mom, let's do this. And Mom, I'm out of this. And it's just constant when the kids are home. So now that they're back in school, I've got the entire day to kind of focus. Though I did not focus today, you guys. I ran errands today and then I got home and I could not focus. Karen, so it's really going to depend on what I'm able to get to put in them and how many and how much stuff So I'm still looking for more things. And my whole thing is that, like, I don't give a set price. I don't try to stay within a certain budget. What I try to do is maximize the space. I have 12 by 12 boxes that just came in today too, by the way, you guys, that I ship out. And I try to pack those boxes as full as I can with things. Generally, my boxes run between $60 and $80, depending on how much I'm able to fill it with. Joanne says they are well worth the price. I'm so glad you feel that way. Yeah, all right, you guys, we've got this all done now, and you can see it doesn't give great coverage because I only did one coat, but it's okay because this is just going to be the crack in the inside the crackle, okay? So here's what we're going to do. Oh, I guess I should have done that better up there. Nah. I think we're going to be good. You can see the brush strokes a little bit, but it kind of just looks like it's distressed a little bit, and I like it. Anyway, I never know what to do. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm going to section this off into 2 different sections. There will be 24 boxes total this time, and it's going to be first come, first serve. There will be no reserves, you guys. Either you get it or you don't get it. It's kind of how it goes. You're welcome. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay a piece of tape right here and try to get this as straight as I possibly can just by eyeballing it on this board. And I'm splitting this into 2 different sections, okay? This is just masking tape. And I want to make sure that I get into these little crevices. Oh, thank you so much, Callie. And really pull that tape right around in there. All right, so now what we want to do is we're going to grab out our crackle. Now there's several things that I want to tell you guys about this crackle. This is from Dixie Belle. And I actually watched a couple of videos today, and I got a couple even more pointers than what I had in the past, okay? First of all, to really make sure that you get the best results, make sure that you stir this first. Make sure that you stir it first. Just grab, oh, I don't want that one. That's my one for my glue gun. Grab a popsicle stick or something that you've got on hand. I'm not going to fuzz the tape because this is paint. It's not our paste, so I think I'm good. Really? All right, so make sure that you stir this really well first because it does have different components that can separate. I know, Kim, I hope so too. This is masking tape, though. It's not our placement tape. And our placement tape, believe it or not, is sticky. What are we doing? We're doing a project tonight with some Crackle. And I think it's going to be super, super cute. So stay tuned. I think you're really going to love it. It's going to be a fall project. Different techniques today. So we're going to give this a good stir just to really mix up all the components that are inside that Crackle. And then, y'all, once we've got that all mixed up, you find a brush that you can put this on there. Now, honest to goodness, I would say, like, the bigger the brush, the better. And I would try not to go with sponge. The sponge brush is just going to soak up all of that Crackle. And it's going to streak it. So I don't think that you really want the sponge brushes, okay? So I'm going to grab this one here. This is my favorite one for doing Crackle. We're going to dip it in here. And hi, Dale. And I'm just going to do the bottom section of this in Crackle. Now, the thicker your Crackle, the bigger your cracks are going to be. And for best case scenario, you guys, best case scenario, after you lay your Crackle down, let it air dry. Okay? Trying to speed up the process like I'm going to do tonight is not going to give you the best results. Your best results are going to happen when you let it just sit there and dry. And the thicker that you put it on there, the more you're going to see your cracks. Oh, that made me laugh, y'all. Of course, the thicker it is, the more you're going to see the crack. As a woman with a big derriere, I can tell you that is totally true. If you don't have Crackle, you can use Elmer's glue. You can use hairspray if you don't have Crackle. I missed a spot right there. Hold it up to the light too. Now, when this stuff dries, it's still going to look glossy. So it's going to kind of be hard to tell when it's dry exactly, and it's still going to feel tacky. Hi, Mary. But if you were to leave this out for a couple of hours, it'll definitely be dry. I would say probably 30 minutes and you should be good just for air dry, depending on how thick you've got that going. Thanks, Carol. So I'm just covering that bottom section with this. Right now, we're actually going to leave the top part of this just colored green the way that it is. And I'm going to try, hi Roseanne, to speed up the process using my heat gun. Like I said, this is not best practice. Best practice is just to walk away at this point and let it air dry. I'm on here with you guys. We're not going to sit here and run tape for a half an hour just letting this dry. So I'm going to do the best I can with my heat gun here to dry this up. I got air bubbles in here too. I thought this thing, yeah, hairspray. You can use hairspray. Absolutely. You can put hairspray on your surface after you paint it. And then while your hairspray is still wet, the trick, you guys, when you're doing something like hairspray, is that you don't want to let it dry. Like the Elmer's glue, you don't want that to dry before you put your, this one right here, the Crackle, the Dixie Belle Crackle, you want to dry it first. If you're using Elmer's glue, then you don't want to dry it first, but your objective is to lay your paint on top of the glue or on top of the hairspray before it dries without mixing it together. Does that make sense? I hope that it makes sense. You want to run your brush gently across the top to get the color on top of the glue or on top of the hairspray, but you do not. Yes, some of us have bigger crackles than others. You do not want to mix them together. See, and I'm still getting a fingerprint there. This might take a little bit because I did make mine thicker. I do want this to get, I want some big old cracks in there. I want some big old cracks in there. And then there's also different techniques when you're doing this as to how your cracks are going to turn out when you lay down your paint. Let's see here, you guys. We might be all right. It's not completely dry, but it's fairly dry. Y'all, if I were you, I would just leave it alone at this point and not do what I'm about to do. I'm trying to show you guys, but at the same time, I'm going to try to cut corners a little bit just to make this project a little bit. Your face just is cracked. All right. Ooh, that was strange. Where did that pattern come from? Did I just touch this with something? I don't know. It looks like my handprint was in there or something, but I don't think I touched it with my hand. That was weird. Anyway, let's just continue. Let's see what happens with this. We've got our crackle down on there. Now, over top of this, just on the bottom side, I am going to use Folk Art in the color Java. Java. It's this dark brown, and I just love the way that these two colors look together, especially for autumn. Give it a good shake. And again, we're going to use a bigger brush. So the one thing that you have to make sure of is that you do not backstroke, okay? No backstroking. None of this going on. None of that going on. We're not going to backstroke. You can, however, use you can use any brush you want to in laying the paste on for this. I'm just trying to find the best one that I want for this. Let's go with this one. Let's go with this one. And is it mixed together? It sure is. All right, I'm going to put this on a color tray just because my paint or my paintbrush will not dip into this container. It is so shiny, isn't it? I mean, it's dry enough to the touch, kind of. And it's supposed to remain shiny until you get your stuff on here. So, the way that you stroke your paintbrush is going to give you a different effect. If you go just left to right, you're going to get your cracks just going left to right. If you go just up and down, you're going to get cracks that just go up and down. If you go left to right and up and down, you're going to get sporadic cracking over the entire thing. So I think that's what I want to show you guys tonight, is more of the sporadic cracking. So we're going to try this first, and I'm going to tell you guys. Ooh, shucks. Show you guys what I mean by no backstroking, okay? So when I'm doing the paint on the sides, might be a bit much. We're just going to go in one direction, and we're not going to go backwards with our brush. Only one direction. Okay? And immediately you should start seeing the cracks take effect. Okay? And again, over here, I'm always going to do my sides first because it makes it easier for me to set my surface down to do the rest of it. So you see, I'm only going in one direction. I'm not going back with it, just in one direction, okay? And then for the front of it, we're going to take that same brush, and I'm going to go left to right. Again, not going backwards with it, only the one direction. You can go back over it, but you can't switch direction with it once you start. Come on, baby. I can't seem to get enough paste on this brush, or paint. And you guys can see that immediately it's starting to crack up here. Don't overbrush it. And then I'm also going to go up and down just to give, or actually just down, just to give more sporadic cracking with this. Okay? All right, let's see what happens. That seems really, really thick on that side. Oh, it kind of pulled a little bit off. Oh, I like it. I like it. All right. Now, as this dries, and it might take a minute to dry, I way overpoured into that thing, y'all. Way overpoured. As this dries, you're going to see all of these cracks come through on top here, okay? Or come through, and you're going to see all of this gorgeous green color coming through that brown. Again, for best results, leave it alone. Let it dry without the air dryer. Just in the sun, on your table, just walk away from it and let it go. But I'm definitely getting some gorgeous cracks coming in here as this is drying. Can you guys see how pretty that looks? You can't yet. I will show you. It's cracking as it's going. It's like that crackle is shrinking and pulling the paste apart with it. Oh, you guys. I'm getting some big cracks. I'm getting some little cracks. They're all over the place. I think that this looks fantastic. Now, if you're going to do a transfer over top of this, one thing is yes, you can leave it to dry overnight. Absolutely. I would say that's probably best practice. Just leave it alone overnight and then come back to it the next day, because that way you make sure that everything, all of your layers are completely dry. And that's very, very important, especially if you're going to put a transfer over top of it. If your first coat of paint was not completely dry, then that's a potential for it to pull up. If your crackle was not completely dry, that's a potential for it to pull up. If your top coat's not completely dry, that's a potential for it to pull up. So leaving it alone, just like the walls in your house, you guys, the instructions on your paint might say it takes 30 minutes before you can apply another coat, right? 30 minutes and it's dry to the touch. But when you continue to read the can, it will tell you 3-hour cure time. Well, what that means is basically that it takes that long for that paint to completely dry all the way through. In 30 minutes, that top layer is good, but in 30 minutes, it's not cured all the way through. And I just created a bubble in there because I overheated it. Shucks. That might pull up because that was a bubble. Hopefully not. So I'm just trying to really get this, I'll just press that down real good. I'm just trying to get this really, really well dried because I'm cutting corners tonight and we're going to layer a transfer over here. Hi, Kim. All right, let me see if you guys can see it. Look at all of that gorgeous crackling texture on there. Isn't that beautiful? So, so pretty. I love the colors. It screams fall for sure. And let's pull the tape off and let's just see. Oh, that is gorgeous. Now I'm going to lay the tape back down though, because we don't want to. No, we're good. We're good. It's so pretty, right? Oh, I love it. I love it. See, now over here, I still have some wet paint. I can see it. It's right here. It's wet still. I made a big old gooby mess right there with all my paint. The sides are not going to matter to me quite so much though. Gorgeous, right? You guys can see like over here where I went up and down and left and right. Down over here it just kind of picked up the up and down a little bit more. But it definitely has got a lot of texture in there. A lot of crackling going on. Very cool looking in my opinion. And every time you do it, it's going to turn out a little bit different. All right, so now we're ready for our transfer, okay? And this is where a lot of things could potentially go wrong. Like I said, leaving this alone overnight, best case scenario. Let your paint completely cure as much as possible everything that's in there. But before you get started, you always want to put a layer of surface wax over top of this. And I want to wait for just a second because it's still really, really hot from my dryer. Really hot. And so I don't want my wax to melt inside there. I want to be able to have my layer of wax go on top of what we've just done to protect this. Thank you, Callie. So I'm just picking up some surface wax on one of these wax applicators. And I'm only going to do the top of this because we're not going to make the design go along the edges. So a layer of surface wax right here. I'm not going to put any up here because we're actually not doing that. You're not very good at the crackle. Hopefully these tips and tricks will help you out today. And just putting a thin layer of that surface wax on there and then making sure that you do come back in and buff that, just like we always do. You want to make sure that you give it a good buff. Don't overdo it though, because if there's any of this that's still wet, you could potentially pull that up or scrape it off. And I just felt a spot right there, you guys. It's not cured yet. I can see it moving. my transfer is definitely going to pull that up because it's not fully dry. We're going to hope for the best, you guys. We're going to hope for the best. Remember, I am rushing this process more than what I want you to because we're live. Take your time with Crackle and you're going to have much better results. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Margie. All right, so here's the transfer that we're going to use. This one right here I think is beautiful. It's called Autumn Accents. And when doing Crackle, I want you guys to also remember that these are reusable silkscreen transfers. They are sticky, sticky, sticky on the back. And just like anything that has sticky, the longer it sticks to something, the more it stays stuck to something. So at this point in time, have yourself prepared. Have all your stuff prepared. Be prepared to have your transfer on top of your Crackle for as little amount of time as you possibly can. Have your cloth out that you want to lay your transfer down on afterwards. Have your colors ready to go. Have your squeegees ready to go. Have everything ready to go before you even pull that onto the backer sheet and lay it down, because you want to put it on there fast and you want to pull it off fast, okay? The faster you can do that, the better. So, did my daughter take the one I wanted? Of course she did. Of course she did. All right, I'm going to use one of these sponge brushes tonight. I'm going to show you guys another technique. Oh, yay! I hope mine turns out good, too. All right, I'm going to grab out a couple color trays here for some colors. I'm going to do a little bit more of a technique with this. It's your favorite one this fall so far? And I want to grab out, you guys, we're going to grab 3 colors that match the ribbon that I'm using tonight. I love to match my ribbon color, or my paste to my ribbon color. I pick my ribbons first. I feel like it's a lot easier that way because we have such a wide variety of colors. And I'm just going to put a little bit. Y'all, not a ton. I really, really, really just want this as an accent. So a little bit of pesto. A little bit of papaya. Oh, my papaya. Oh, that's so good there. It was just on the edges. Okay, good. Some papaya. I thought it was going to be tacky, you guys, but I just had a goober on the edge. And I'm going to put down a little bit of our new color, our new red. It's called Chardonnay, and it's a really gorgeous autumn red color. And I haven't even used it yet. So super, super excited to get to show you guys this color tonight. Oh, it's beautiful. You guys, look at that Chardonnay. Isn't that gorgeous? That's what it's called, right? No, Cabernet. Cabernet. It's this gorgeous, beautiful red color. We're going to use a smidge of that tonight as well. So I actually put the papaya and the pesto in the cart link in paste packets because you really only need a tiny bit to get the effect that I'm about to do with this, okay? All right, and then I'm going to use one of my favorite colors for doing leaves, Shimmer Copper. Shimmer Copper, y'all. So I've got that out now and a squeegee for my Shimmer Copper. All right, you guys, now we're ready. I've got my 3 colors out here. I've got my little sponge dauber thing with jigger. I've got my Shimmer Copper. Thank you, Barbara. And I've got my transfer. So I'm going to pull this off my backer sheet. Chardonnay is your drink. I'm going to pull this off of my backer sheet. And I'm going to give this a really, really good fuzz with the terry cloth side of my fuzzing cloth. I want to make sure that this is going to stick as... Oh, I just scraped that with my fingernail. Oh my gosh. I want to make sure that this is going to stick as little as possible to this, but it's still going to stick down a little bit. I also recommend that you use your transfer a couple of times on other projects before you try to put it down on something that has been crackled, because you want to lessen that adhesiveness at least a little bit before you use it. Ah. There is something under here. There we go. A little bit of paste. It was dried paste. All right, so I'm going to give this 3 or 4 fuzzes on my fuzzing cloth. And you guys, here we go. Here we go. Whoo, I got to brace myself for this. I'm going to lay this down on here. And I'm only going to go just to where that starts. And I want that right there, right in the middle. Press it down on there real quick, and we're going to quickly get this done, okay? So I'm going to take, oh, no! Yes, okay, good. I'm going to grab my shimmer copper, which honestly is a little bit dry. I could have, oh, it's a lot dry. No! Hopefully we'll be all right, you guys. All right, and I'm going to do paste and pull, but what I want to do is I want to grab this brush, the sponge brush, and I just want to add a little bit of some more leafy color to this. Just sponging it on there. I'm going to grab some greens. I'm going to grab some red. And just sponging a bit more on here to make it have some different colors. Because you guys, when the leaves turn, they don't all turn the same color at one time. They just don't. And a little bit of that Chardonnay, Cabernet, whatever it is. Ooh, that was a lot. And just kind of fanning that out into this as well. And we're going to pull. Come on, baby. And a lot of that crackle pulled up. What the heck? See, you guys, that's what I'm saying. If you're too fast with it, and I was, over here it's not pulling up. But it's not completely dry, and that's the issue. That's where you have issues. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. I'm going to grab a different shimmer copper because that one's really dried out. And almost empty. So you guys, it did pull up. That right there is, that's one of the things that happens when you gotta let it dry thoroughly. You just have to. All right, let's try if I use, on this side over here, a paste that is not quite as thick. So you guys, that side did pull up. I did not, like I told you guys all along, I'm not doing this properly because I should have let that dry overnight. But I rushed the process so I can show you guys everything all in one. You want to be as quick as you can with it on there. All right, I'm going to grab my pouncer again. And a little bit of that red. Yeah, by all means, you guys, use a pouncer. Pounce some extra color on there, especially on leaves. A little bit of orange. You got to have all those colors in there. And just really make it look very, very autumn, okay? Ooh, I might have had a bit too much there. That's all right, we'll just blend it in. All right, let's see if we can get this. See this side right here? Much, much, much better. My paste was not so thick. My shimmer copper over here was so thick. So I'm a little bit disappointed, but I can go back over that part right there and add some more of that brown and fake it for this project. So on one side it worked where my shimmer copper, how do you fix, I'll just come back in with some actually, yeah, I can feel it right now. That, my crackle is still wet. I can feel where the crackle is wet right there. So I think all I'm going to do is just grab my brush and add a little bit more of this on here with a small brush because it's still wet right now. It's still wet. Totally working, you guys. And I'm just going to fill this in and let it crack again. That crackle is still there and it's still wet and it's cracking as we speak. It's a shame that it happened, but had I let it dry thoroughly, it would not have. I rushed the process. I did wax it first, Lori. I did wax it first. I did all the right steps. The parts where my paste was the right consistency turned out a lot better because it wasn't so thick. I didn't have to press down as hard to get the paste to go through the silk screen. So that was a big deal. And then the crackle part was not completely dry in that spot. So you guys, yeah, teaching moment for sure. Listen, I've been saying it all along. I know all the steps, but in order to do it from start to finish live, you kind of have to, you have to cut corners. And sometimes you just cannot cut corners. And this is what happens when you try. It will pull up. But it crackled even better. It crackled even better this way than what it did before. Because that crackle was still wet. Oh, thanks, Cal. Yeah, you got to remain calm. I mean, listen, anything can be fixed. It just adds extra dimension to it, honestly. Thank you, Ruth. So if that wasn't still wet, if that crackle wasn't still wet, I would have just put more crackle there and just painted in that spot. And fixed it the best that I could. All right, so there's what we've got so far. Okay. So stinking pretty. I love it. You can barely tell that did anything, but you can. It's different right there a little bit. I still think it looks fantastic. And the leaves look gorgeous. Man, that really shines in that light, doesn't it? Holy cow, that shimmer copper looks amazing. All right. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm going to grab out another piece of paper. Absolutely. Thank you, you guys. All right, so now what I've got here next up, y'all, is another find from the Dollar Tree. I love these, and I've yet to use them. And it's a 3-pack of signs that say thankful, harvest, and welcome. And we're going to use the one that says thank you tonight, okay? And I took a color that I had in my stash that to me most resembled the color that's in my ribbon, which I'll show you guys in just a little bit. And this one is called Oatmeal. Thank you, Ruth. You just got to remain calm and fix it. Like, it's not, nothing is the end of the world when it comes to crafting, you guys. And if you get all bent out of shape, you're not helping the situation. So just take a step back. Think about what you can do and how you can make it different. And in the end, it's just going to be unique and beautiful. Oh, man. A lot of dry paste on this jar, y'all. But, oh, and it's like milky. I don't think I shook it enough. You have some of these, found them last year. Yes. All right. That was a bad idea. I can't believe I didn't splatter all over me. Okay. No worries. It only went up my arms a little bit. I haven't used this color in a hot minute. All right, we're going to grab one more of these little pouncer guys here. I'm going to grab another one of these color trays because I love... Hi, Barbara. You're going to put them on the ruffle apron. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this oatmeal from Folk Art right there on that. I think that this color is going to match my ribbon perfectly. And we're just going to pounce these letters, this word thankful, with this oatmeal color. Oh, I think this is going to look beautiful. Such a pretty color for this time of year. Absolutely. I think so too. A lot of times mistakes are happy accidents. Now with these, if you're drying it with a dryer, be very careful because your dryer is going to get really hot. These are metal. Okay? They're going to get extremely hot when you dry them. But we do need it dried up. Yay! I love that I'm giving you guys ideas. So, you guys, this took me like 2 hours to figure out tonight how I was going to put this together. Sometimes I just have to really think about it. And sometimes it comes to me instantly. Oh, y'all! Oh, that's a good idea, Dottie. That's a really good idea. So she leaves the seal on and just pokes holes to get the paint out instead of pulling the whole seal off of it. That's a really great idea. All right. Y'all, I'm in love. I am in love. It's not that you're supposed to, but you can. You can paint the metal letters. Oh, come on, hot glue. I might come back in with a different kind of glue to make this stick a little better. Thank you, Mary. The word thankful right. Oh my gosh, that looks pretty. Look how pretty that is. I will have to use a different kind of glue on there though, because that's not holding as well as I think it should. So I'll probably come back in with some E7000 because it's metal to hold that on there a little bit better than that hot glue. All right. Cassie says you can't paint them, rust them, or even patina them. You can't or can. I think you can paint whatever you want to paint. You might have to spray it down with a sealer, but I think it'll work just fine. Oh, you guys. All right, I need some happy juice to finish this project. I got the surface from the Dollar Tree. It was in the $3 part of the Dollar Tree, though. It was a $3 surface from Dollar Tree. So stinking pretty, right? All right, you guys. So here's my inspiration for this project. Bump, bump, bump. I have this gorgeous piece of ribbon. This is all I have left in this ribbon. I have used a crap ton of this ribbon, and I picked all of my colors to match this ribbon. Does it match? You guys tell me if it doesn't match. I think it matches. I think it matches, but I do think now that I see this, that I need a darker brown. If I can find it. I think I have a darker brown raffia. Yes, I do. Is that dark enough brown? I feel like we need it. It matches. Okay, good. All right, I was going to use a lighter raffia, but I feel like because of the brown down here, we need a darker brown to go with it instead of the light color that I had. And I have like no dark brown left. That's like all of the strings of my dark brown that I have left. Every one of them right there. That's all of my dark brown raffia. All right. Let's use them both. All right, Christina. You say it's a match? Okay, good. All right, and then I've got a couple of extra things out here. So what we're going to start off doing is I'm going to start with this right here. I am in love with this stuff. This, I don't even know what you call it. I just think it's really pretty. I love it to pieces. I think it's great. And I think that all I'm going to do with this is just make a couple of crisscross sections. So let's cut here and then make another piece that's the same length. We're just trying out different stuff. And I'm just going to kind of cross these like an X. And those are going to be where we start. Okay, that's our starting point right there. Right there's our starting point for our ribbon. All right, now we're going to go ahead. And you guys, I have so little of this that I think I've got to do the only thing that I can by making an awareness ribbon. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Because I don't have any more than this. So if I make the awareness bow, it tells me exactly how big I can make it, and I'm getting the max out of it. You love the open weave one? Me too, Amy. So this is all the bigger the bow can be, is right there. That's all I have left. It's, I can do no more with this bow. That is it. It's on Amazon, Ruth. You have to get it on Amazon. You have to get it on Amazon. And it comes 3 rolls at a time. We're going to do messy bow behind this little bow. Kind of. Kind of. But we got to have this bow right here be the way that it is, because it's all we have left of this ribbon. And that way we use the absolute max of it that we can. And look at how stinking cute that is too, you guys. It's adorable. And I just tied the center of that with a little piece of that raffia. All right, now we're going to throw some raffia back there. And I've got several different colors. We're going to go that long with this one. And I'm just going several times around to make lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of little loops, so we can fan this out. They don't all need to be the same size. But you do want to make sure that your tail goes on the opposite side of where you started, okay? And then I'm just going to gather the rest of this up right in there with it. And these are just going to kind of be messy. Ooh. We might not use all the brown, you guys. All right. Here we go. I think we're about ready. Oh, and then I've also got this stuff right here. Let's just throw some strips of this in there too. Just a couple. Heck, you guys, you can do whatever you want to do. Here, let's crisscross these over top of that. See? Oh, my kids don't have school tomorrow, Linda. I'll be heading to bed soon, though. All right, you guys, I'm just layering the pieces together. Oh, you can definitely see that orange behind it. That looks fantastic. Look at that, you guys. Oh, you're all right. You're not wrong. And then put our little bitty mini bow right in the front. Look at how cute. You sent it to the wrong person. You're not wrong, though. And I don't mind you calling me babe, Linda. You can call me babe anytime you want to. Oh, man. All right, I'm using that same raffia, and I am just going to tie this off in the back. And give this a good pull in the back. You guys, I think that that's super, super, super cute. We can fan out that raffia a little bit. Making sure that we've got some brown and some, oh my gosh. See, look at how adorable that looks. With all those different elements in there. Oh, I think that that's super, super, super cute. All right, let's put that down on there. And then we're going to add a little bit of greenery to this as well. But you guys, super, super cute. We'll stuff our greenery underneath it. Hi, Cam. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, everybody. So you make do with what you got. That was the last of that ribbon, and I think it worked out perfectly for that color. Super, super cute. All right, last but not least, we've got to add a little bit of greenery to this because why not? I feel like it needs it just a bit. So I've got some cute little fall leaves here. That we can tuck in there. I've got some of this stuff here that I just love. So let's see if we can get another similar piece off of that. Probably going to be this one. I see you, Carol. It will be for sale for sure. Oh, man. That's got a strong wire in it. I missed that comment. All right, and then I've got some of this stuff we're going to try to throw in there. See if I can just pluck a couple of these off of here. Of course not. And some of this stuff. These I can just pluck though. All right, let's assemble. You showed that Dollar Tree board. Thank you, Bonda. I did fix the football sign. Yes. Yes, I sure did. All right, let's start with this stuff here. This might be all it needs. It might just be all that it needs. Honest to goodness, this is so stinking cute. Ah! I'm not sure that it needs more than just those leaves. Those are so stinking cute in there. Oh my goodness! What was wrong with it? Some of it pulled up last night. Some of that color, some of the green pulled up on it. I had to fix it today. I'm getting pretty good at messing things up and fixing them. That's just how I roll, you guys. Oh, so stinking cute. Oh my goodness. Let's throw a little bit of this in here too, just for some extra texture. I don't know if I need all this other stuff. Yep. Okay, I figured it out. I've figured it out. These are just like a berry bush. Bushberry, berry bush, whatever. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a greenery floral expert. What I do know is that if I don't get it shoved in there fast enough, it's going to glue to the wrong side of my board. There we go. A little bit on this side too. You think it's enough? I think one little leaf on each side after this is going to be perfect. That's my thought. It just needs to stay where I put it. All right. I think that right there is how did it? Oh, it was at the very, very, very end. And I don't know. It happened though. I didn't fuzz my tape. I feel like we need a little bit of leaf up here, you guys. We just need a little bit of leaf. Just a little bit. Don't throw it out. Never throw out your project when you mess it up. You can always fix it. There's always something you can do with it. All right, you guys. I think that that right there is absolute perfection. I don't think I want to do a single other thing to this. I love, love, love it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the crackle, about all of it together? Do you guys love it? Is it so stinking cute? I think it turned out amazing. Absolutely amazing. You guys see the leaf in there? Just one little leaf on each side. Just to kind of tie that bow in with the leaves on the bottom. Thank you so much. I'm so glad it turned out. So glad it turned out. I'm so glad you guys love this. I'm so glad that Carol wants it. Carol, I will invoice you as quickly as I can. And the greatest thing too is that this thing actually already has the little hooks on the back for hanging it. So you guys, there we go. Hope that you learned a little bit tonight about Crackle best practices. Obviously, it didn't work out quite for me as I wanted it to because I didn't have the time to let it just sit and really dry. But we were still able to fix it and still complete the project tonight. I think it turned out fantastic. Leaves is the keyword, L-E-A-V-E-S. And if you guys want to get the supplies for this and you're not yet a Perks member of mine and you've never been a Perks in our community before, Perks is an amazing membership program where you can get 30% off. Thank you, Crystal. 30% off all your orders on my site all day, every day. And right now, all new Perks members can join for just $10 and then instantly get back $20 in product credit. So if you want more information about that, send me a message. You guys, we are done for this week for right now. Tomorrow night is my scheduled night off. I do plan to be back on Saturday. However, we are helping friends move this weekend. So I'm just going to play it by ear and I will let you guys know if I can't make it. because we're trying to help them get into their brand new house, okay? All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. That's a wrap for tonight. You guys are fantastic. Love y'all so much. And I will see you guys back here again, hopefully Saturday night, okay? Message me anytime with any questions. You guys are fantastic. Bye, everybody. Good night.